What up, what up, what up, New York Giant Nation? It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan, tapping in for another little Friday afternoon chat, man. Let's get right to it, man. I ain't going to hold y'all up too long this afternoon. Got things I got to get on to doing too myself, man. But I just got to always tap in with y'all, man, for at least a good half an hour or so, man, every Friday afternoon before I got to go to work, man. Let's talk about it. New York Football Giants, man. We're gonna talk a little bit about the Chi-Town Bears, man. You know, we got to go out there to Chicago, out Soldier Field on Sunday. We'll talk about that in a little bit as well as we're now, since we have just crossed the halfway point of the season, we'll talk about the state of the New York Football Giants as we see it right now, man. And it's not a good state to be in right now, I tell you. What is going on to my guy? No mess, no nest, no jets, man. I appreciate you popping in, bro. As always, man, you are absolutely the strongest supporter of my channel, man, and I appreciate everything, man, from you all the time, man. Always there in my streams. You're always looking out, man, and I definitely appreciate you, my brother. If Dayball's gone, Joe better go with him. I agree. And I agree about that as well. I think, like I said, told Adam the other day, I think every game is pretty much winnable with Jackson Dart at the helm, man. I think there's no game that's not winnable with that kid. He's proved he can do it against good teams, against whatever, you know what I mean? So I definitely think any game makes any game winnable with Jackson Dart at the helm, man. But let's talk a little bit about, I'll get to that in a minute, man. I just want to talk a little bit about the state of the Giants right now, though. At the like we said, we just crossed the halfway point of the season pretty much, and the Giants have now got 9 games in the books, sitting at 2-7. That is just not a good record at all, especially considering you're 2-7 for now the 3rd consecutive season. That's not a good look on any coach's resume. But yet, our coach is still here, man, and him and his whack ass staff is still here. Right now, I think some of the Giants' biggest problems right now are the fact that the defensive side of the football has just been maybe one of the, not only the biggest disappointment for the New York Giants, it's probably been one of the biggest disappointments in the NFL season this year. I think not just Giant fans, I think a lot of people outside of Giant Nation, man, just regular media and everything, thought a lot higher of this defense coming into this year. Thought this defense was going to be significantly better than what it is. And this defense is absolutely atrocious. It's absolutely terrible. It's been terrible from week one. It's absolutely been terrible. You get some flash plays here every once in a while. You get some splash plays here. But the only thing consistent on this defense all season has been the play of Brian Burns. That's it. And that is absolutely it. There has been nothing else consistent about this defense all season other than the play of Brian Burns. Other than that, you get a few plays here from somebody else, you get a few plays there from somebody else, and that's about it. I mean, look, Abdul Carter, number 3 overall pick, I still love what he's bringing to the table. I mean, a lot of Brian Burns sacks are because of the pressures that Abdul Carter creates. But I'd like to see them numbers I'd like to see him get home at some point. I would like to see him get home at some point. Would like to see a little more consistent play out of Kayvon Thibodeau. I'm not mad at Kayvon Thibodeau. I just want to see more consistent play, especially it's a contract year. Like, what kind of money is he going to command at the end of the season, considering what he's put on film for the New York Giants throughout his tenure so far? But these are going to be like things to really figure out, because I think Kayvon Thibodeau has been a good player. But he has definitely not been a great player. He definitely has not been a guy that you would look at and say, this guy was picked number 5 overall in the draft. I mean, if you redid that draft right now, he definitely would not be going number 5 in that draft. I mean, let's just call it what it is. He would not be going number 5. He may still slip into the first round. I mean, it's literally at that point right now, what we've seen from him. And I agree. I mean, we do have a lack of depth, but at the end of the day, we just have what we really have is a lack of effort on the field defensively. And I think that lack of effort comes from the coaching, what they're not buying, what this team is, what these coaches are selling. I mean, because these guys at the end of the day, let's face it, they are in the NFL. That means they are NFL talent. That means they got here. If they didn't get to the NFL by accident, everybody that just plays football doesn't just have an opportunity to play football in the NFL. Only the best of the best get that opportunity. So even the last man on the bench is better than your average Joe out on the street. Supposed to be. They're at least supposed to be better. But this New York Giant team, it's just terrible. Right? It's just been terrible. This defense was expected to be at the very least a top 10 unit this season, and they are at the bottom of the league in pretty much every major defensive statistic. They are at the bottom of the league. It is pathetic, the effort we see from this team defensively, week in and week out. It is pathetic. They can't stop anybody. They can't stop backup quarterbacks. They damn sure can't start good starting quarterbacks. They can't stop anything. They can't stop the run. They don't play the pass well. They don't do anything good. They don't do anything good. Nothing. They literally do nothing good other than Brian Burns getting after it. And he's, like I said, the only thing that's been consistent. Yeah, Bobby Okereke has a lot of tackles. But he has a lot of tackles. But nothing else is standing out from the Bobby Okereke tape. He has a lot of tackles. He does do that. And I get it. Micah McFadden, week one, losing him week one was a devastating blow to this defense. But you're not going to convince me that the loss of Micah McFadden has made this defense, crippled this defense to this level. And I get the secondary right now is just completely all beat up. And when I was talking about NFL talent, I'm at the point now where I'm not convinced that Deonte Banks is NFL talent. So we got a guy like that running around on our defense as well. Let me see what you say here. Did you see the rumor that the Giants were going to fire Dabo after the Broncos game? I heard a little something about that, but I think it has to be something really drastic. The Giants do things a certain way. From at least my history of seeing the Giants, like the only time, coach, I can remember the Giants is in my lifetime, in my era of firing mid-season was the Ben McAdoo firing after the Eli Manning benching. And I think that was solely because of that Eli Manning benching, obviously. You know, John Mara said, oh, no, you benched Eli Manning, Roon took his streak away from him, and just to play Geno Smith. And, yeah, I think that had a lot to do with all of that. But that's just kind of like the way the Giants don't really conduct their business in that way. And I don't agree. I don't necessarily agree with that because if the coach ain't getting the job done, you got to make a move. You got to man up and make a move. And I think John Mara just looks like he said, like Adam always uses the word optics. And I agree with him on that. I think this is more about the optics. He doesn't want to be considered one of those teams, one of those franchises that's just going through coaches like that. But at the end of the day, it's not working, man. It's not working. Maybe the defense should be checked out because they know regime change is coming. I mean, maybe, like I said, I think that is when you see the lack of effort I see from this defensive unit. That's what it tells me. It tells me that you don't believe in what these coaches are teaching you. You don't believe in it because you're watching it continuously fail. And now you're watching these players not even try. You're watching them not even try out on the field. Like I said, what we saw on Sunday against the 49ers, that was one of the worst performances I've seen a defense have, period, ever. It was just bad. The way the 49ers did whatever they wanted to do while being led by backup quarterback Mac Jones. Like, it was just bad all across the board. There's nothing. You had one good standout play the entire game on the defensive side of the football. One. Literally one. That ain't going to win you football games. Right there is what I'm talking about too. No mess. Like it's not still because it's not an excuse because you gotta have pride in what you're doing. Exactly, and that's what it's all about. You gotta have the pride in what you're doing, man. And to me, none of this is an excuse. You still gotta go out there on Sunday and take care of business, at least to the best of your abilities. Like I said, I understand we're depleted in the secondary. I understand we got a couple other key injuries. I understand Dexter Lawrence is clearly a shell of himself right now and not healthy. I think I think he's not 100% because Dexter Lawrence is a bad man. And he has not been a bad man this season. He's just been a very, very average man this season. Very, very average. And that's unfortunate because a guy like him that come into the season, people were ranking him above, for instance, Chris Jones as the best D tackle in football right now. And We haven't seen it on the field at all. I'm sorry. We just haven't. 9-7. We ain't seen it, man. We ain't getting none of that. I mean, you talk about last year, you had 9 sacks last season before the injury. You would have easily been a double-digit sack guy a season ago if you didn't get injured. And now, like, what do you have on the season? I think you got like a half a sack on the season or something like that, I think. I'm not even sure, but it's not the Dexter Lawrence that we're used to seeing out there on the field, man. And that's having a big impact on this defense. Like I said, talk about the Micah McFadden injury from week 1. Clearly that's impacting. I think that's having more of an impact on like a Bobby Okereke, in my opinion, because not having that other good reliable guy that you can really trust next to you. Maybe Bobby Okereke is overcompensating a little bit, and that's causing him. I mean, like I said, he's making the tackles, but he's just not really creating them splash plays that he once used to. And like I said, the back end is just terrible. Tyler Newman, I'm done. I can't defend you anymore. I stuck up for you when everybody else was shitting all over you. I was the guy sticking up for you, dumbass. I can't do that no more. You're terrible, man. You are terrible. You don't look like the same guy that was out here last year as a rookie, sticking your nose in everything and making plays and making those tackles and coming up to that and playing fearlessly. You're like just all over the place, man. You take the worst angles I've ever seen. Like, I just don't get that. How do you misjudge and take terrible angles like every single time? Every single time. You are our last line of defense, bro. You are out there to be the last. You are the last line of defense on a lot of situations, man. And those big breakaway runs, guys are ripping off, man. That Amarion Hampton run I would think about in the Chargers game, the Saquon Barkley run in the second Eagles matchup. I mean, these are just. That looks terrible on film, bro. It looks terrible on film to see shit like that. And that ain't necessarily a coaching thing. That's a you thing, Tyler Newman. That is a you thing. Drew Phillips, man, same thing with the consistency with you, man. In coverage, you are absolutely unreliable at this point, man. We can't even have any faith or trust in you in coverage at all on the back end. Sure, you'll come up and make some big hits every once in a while. That's literally all you're good for. You're good for nothing else at all. So we're just in a bad way here. And then offensively, man, okay, sure, our two of our best offensive players are out for the season. Cam Scatterboot, Malik Neighbors, obviously. And then all we got is Jackson Dart. That's it. Jackson Dart. He is the only thing defenses have to prepare for facing the New York Giants now. Nobody's taking extra time to worry about what Darius Slayton might do to him, what Wan'Dale Robinson might do to him, what Theo Johnson. Nobody worrying about that bullshit. They're now zeroed in on number 6 because nobody else on this offense has shown any ability to step up and do a damn thing. Nobody else. I mean, Andrew Thomas out there having a career year. We're wasting that away. Probably playing the best football of his life at left tackle, and we're wasting that away. Right now, I'd say Andrew Thomas is probably on pace to be that first-team All-Pro left tackle. Right now, if I had to, he's been the best. Literally been the best since he's been inserted back in this lineup. And it's just that's being wasted. Running game, like I said, like last week, I'm disappointed. Like I said, people have their opinions on Tyrone Tracy. I think he didn't get enough opportunities. That stand on that. You can't give a guy just 5 carries and expect that he's going to make something happen. You can't. Most guys don't make something happen with just 5 carries. I mean, what you expect him to do? You only give him the ball 5 fucking times. He has breakaway ability. He has big play ability. And sure, Tiki Barber said something the other day that Tyrone Tracy might be guilty of, and that's thinking he's going to hit the home run every time. That comes with experience. That comes with experience at the running back position, which he doesn't have a lot of. I mean, let's face it, this is literally only be his, if I'm not mistaken, his 3rd year as a running back, playing that position. He played most of his college career as a wide receiver. He played his last year in college as running back. Obviously played running back last year for the New York Giants, and once again back. So this is literally like his 3rd year at playing the position, period. But last year as a rookie, he showed us some things. He showed you some stuff. He showed things. Maybe he shouldn't be an RB1 period anyway, and I kind of agree with that. As you see, Cam Scatterboo did take his spot. But at the same time, Tracy, to me, should have been getting the load of those carries last week, whereas opposed we were just keep giving it to Devin Singletary, who great. I understand he's a veteran player, and he brings that to the table. But Tyrone Tracy, to me, it gives the offense a more of an electric feel if you can get him going. And I think we better see a lot more of him, I think, this week. I think I want to see a little bit more of that effort to get him going as opposed to trying to get Devin Singletary going. Like, I mean, come on, man. Tyrone Tracy took Devin Singletary's spot last year. So why are we reverting back? But maybe you're right, no, Mets. Maybe he is still banged up a little bit. Maybe he is. I mean, he did come back quick from that separated shoulder. Maybe he is a little bit banged up still. Maybe they're still kind of taking their time with him. I don't know. But I feel like right now, without Scatterboo out there, who, like you said down here, is probably not number one. I mean, he hasn't really truly proven that yet either with his limited play, but he was number one on our team. That's what matters. He's our RB1. Whether he's a true RB1, he's our RB1. That's what it is. And we're missing. This offense is missing him right now. It's severely missing him. What's going on, Buddha? Good to see you, my brother. See, you got your boys rolling. Them Steelers is rocking and rolling. Aaron Rodgers, old man Rodgers out there balling, doing his thing, man. I ain't mad at y'all, man. I definitely ain't mad at y'all. If I had a second team, it would be them. But I don't do that second team shit for real. But if I did have one, it would be the Steelers. I just always like the way something about the Steelers always had a little thing for them. But to me, it's just it's offense and the wide receivers on this offense. Like I said, the fact that we're going into football games now every Sunday where Wan'Dale Robinson is our best wide receiver, that's a problem. What's going on, Jesse Barr? I appreciate you stopping in too, man. If you're new to the channel, man, hit that subscribe button for me. Hit the like for the stream. I really appreciate it, man. Help keep supporting, helping my channel grow, man. Really appreciate you being here. But I'm not. It's hard to watch because Darius Slayton, a guy, this veteran guy, he's been here his whole entire career thus far. He spent with the New York Giants. You just want to see more. I mean, we know what these guys kind of are anyway, but it's no excuse, man. You're in the NFL, man. You got to make plays. You got to make plays. Like I said, that I'm looking at that pass on Sunday still. Jackson Dart couldn't throw a better pass, man, than that. He just couldn't throw a better. There's no quarterback, and no quarterback could throw a better pass than what was thrown to Darius Slayton in the end zone, and this guy cannot hang on and catch the fucking football. Come on, man. That's just this is where we are as the New York Giants. There's no talent on this team other than number 6 right now on the offensive side of football. As far as specialty play, like I said, Andrew Thomas is obviously, to me, the best left tackle in football right now. But he's the offensive lineman. He's out there to do his job blocking, and he's doing that. He's definitely doing that. As far as the running backs, the wide receivers, the tight ends on this football team, there's no playmaker stepping up, man. We were out without Bellinger last week. I think he's honestly is our best tight end. For whatever reason, we still continue to give Theo Johnson all the reps. I don't get it. But this is where we are. And this is what I mean about this coaching staff. If you can't see that Bellinger seems to be more capable of being a better playmaker as far as at least catching the football, then what are we doing? Because me as a fan can sit and watch and see that shit. Everybody else can notice it, but yet you guys, the coaches, you just want to keep force feeding Theo Johnson down our fucking throats. This guy, sure, he has a few touchdowns on the year. He made a couple of nice plays when he actually catches the football. When he catches the football is the key word, though. When. Because he doesn't do that as often as he needs to. I'm tired of watching balls hit that man in his hands and just drop to the turf. It is ridiculous. It is ridiculous at this level that he cannot catch the football any better than that. And yet we want to keep throwing him out there. We do need to bounce back this week. You're absolutely right, Jesse. We do. Maybe we do. We'll see. I'm not going to get crazy and predict it to happen because especially what we've seen from this team on the road this season, I just can't do it. They don't even deserve for me to pick them to win. That's just how I feel about it right now. we needed that win against the Colts. It was looking scary before that. Yeah, but I think y'all in a good position, man. That AFC North is kind of, I feel like it's kind of y'all division right now to go ahead and just lock up and win, honestly. I think things went a little south for the Bengals, losing Joe Burrow, obviously. And obviously the Baltimore Ravens season has not been exactly what they were expecting, although they look like they could be potentially on an upswing. So I would have to say you need to watch out for them making a run down the second half of this season. But I think you guys got yourselves in a good position right now as long as you can still keep playing consistent football and win some more games. By the way, that's my homie. That's a good old friend of mine, man. We go way back, man. And he's a Pittsburgh Steelers fan, so that's what I was talking about, a little Steelers stuff there with him real quick. But let's get back to this, John. We need a good wide receiver, too, and a tight end who can catch. Yeah, I agree. Like I said, I think we got a tight end that can catch, but for one reason or another, they don't like to play Bellinger. I mean, I know he was, like I said, he was injured last week, so he didn't play because he was injured. But at the same time, I feel like he can catch it. He's always showed good hands his whole entire career with the Giants so far. He's shown the ability. He has good hands. I get it. He's not quite the athlete that Theo Johnson is, but he's had reliable hands his whole entire career with the Giants. I don't understand why we don't use him a little bit more. Like I say, the product of coaching. It's a product of the bad coaching we have right now on this team. I don't understand it. I don't get it. And I'm thinking that this is also because Bellinger is not one of their guys. You know what I mean? Bellinger was here from the year before they got here. He was from the last Gettleman. Bellinger was from the last Gettleman draft, if I'm not mistaken, wasn't he? And yeah, he was from the last Gettleman draft. And I think that's just. I think it's just ridiculous that these guys have this mindset of, well, you're not our guy. We're going to just keep throwing Theo Johnson out there, even though he drops basically everything that gets thrown his way, basically everything. And then he makes you feel good because he gets a one catch every once in a while, and he turns it into a touchdown. Maybe, yeah, that's good. That's all well and good. But consistency is what this football team needs. Jackson Dart is playing at a level where he keeps this team in it. He is still putting points on the board with these pathetic, very mediocre pieces around him. And he is still putting points on the board. That tells you about the greatness of Jackson Dart, and it tells you that it ain't about Brian Daboll, it's about Jackson Dart. People keep telling me this Jackson Dart needs Daboll shit. No. Daboll needs Jackson Dart. Jackson Dart's going to succeed no matter who the coach is because Jackson Dart is a player. He's proven to be a player. And he's going to succeed no matter who the fuck the coach is. No matter what. It doesn't matter. Joe brought back Slayton and did not draft a wide receiver who could have been a legitimate too. Exactly. And it was great wide receivers in this past draft, as you see. Great wide receiver. Look at Tampa Bay right now. Look at my man Tampa Bay. Look at Matthew Golden out there in Green Bay. Now, I know he didn't really have a shot at getting like Golden for sure. He didn't have a shot at him for real, a legitimate shot. But still, there was good wide receivers out in this draft. I mean, even go back a couple years. Look, you find great wide receivers all over the draft. It's a deep, very deep position. We drafted no one to come in and maybe step in because Wan'Dale Robinson is not. See, to me, he's not a bum. He's just not. He's not a real wide receiver too. He's a little slot guy that can. If you get him out in space, he can do some things. Capable of doing some things. But there's no way you should be going into games on Sunday with that guy being your top guy. That's just not a. You shouldn't. It shouldn't be. You shouldn't have yourself in that situation. No more win predictions for this team. No, I can't do it. No Mets. Unless they show me something extraordinary, for instance, this Sunday, I can't do it. I can't pick this team to win a football game and feel like I'm speaking seriously. I can't do it. So Bellinger makes tough catches in traffic. Yes, he does. That's what I'm saying. He has good hands. Better hands than Theo Johnson. It's egotistical. Yep. And he's Wan'Dale, you're talking about Wan'Dale, I'm assuming he's undersized, or are you talking about that? I don't know if it's only talking about Wan'Dale or maybe even Theo. Should not have been drafted that high by this team. Yeah, considering Adam was always there to remind me of this. My guy Adam, man. Make sure y'all tap in with me and Adam on Wednesdays on the Real Deal NFC's Roundup. But Adam, man, he's always there to remind me. I remember that night too, that draft that night. We were doing that draft live as a matter of fact. I remember Adam being mad as shit when we picked Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean, George Pickens was still on the board. Just think, Wan'Dale Robinson went ahead of George Pickens in this draft because Joe Shane saw something more in Wan'Dale Robinson than what was potentially in a George Pickens, who was out there absolutely lighting it up for the Cowboys right now as a legitimate wide receiver 2 who's really, truthfully, a wide receiver 1 on a lot of football teams as well. So, I mean, it's just, like I said, I don't hate Wan'Dale as much as Adam does. I think Wan'Dale has a purpose. I think we're using him in a way that does not allow him to be successful, though. Like I said, right now, he is literally our best wide receiver on the football team. And that's never, like I said, that's not a good thing going into games on Sunday. Yeah, AC absolutely got that one right, man. He definitely got that one right, man. He nailed it. And Puka hit, draft didn't win. He was a 5th-round draft pick. Yeah, Puka was a 5th-round draft pick, and he's like the best wide receiver out of his draft class. And he was a 5th-round draft pick. Let that sink in. Let it sink in. Says same year or the year after. What you mean by that? I don't know. Not sure what you mean by that. But yeah. So the state of the New York Giants obviously it's not good. It's all bad. It's been all bad. It's been all terrible for the last couple of years, obviously. And we're in a bad position, man. We put ourselves in a bad way. At 2-7, this season is lost. It's over. There's no coming back. Okay, so let's say the Giants won all the rest of their football games this season. They'd be, 10-7. Obviously, the New York Giants are not going to win all the rest of their football games. But even if they did, they'd be 10-7. And that, with the way the NFC is set up right now, still wouldn't guarantee you into a playoff spot right now, honestly. Because the way the NFC is at the top of the conference, it's all kinds of, it's muddy. I mean, NFC West and NFC North are 2 really strong divisions right now. They all have, I feel like both divisions, every team in both divisions have winning records, if I'm not mistaken, in both of those divisions, or at least 500. No team is under 500 in those divisions, I don't think. I can't remember what the Cardinals' record is, but I think they may be at least about 500. And I know the NFC North, nobody's under 500. Minnesota's at 4-4, and everybody else is above 500 in that division as well. So, yeah, the way things are set up, even if they were to win all the rest of their games and finish the season 10-7, that still probably wouldn't be good enough anyway. It may not be good enough anyway. So, I don't know, man, what to say about this football team, but it's bad, and we're just going to have to suffer through the rest of what's going to be another miserable season as a New York Giant fan, and there's been way too many of those as of late. Look how gray I am. The last time the New York Giants were good, I had no gray hair at all. None. That's real. The last time the New York Giants were a legitimately good football team, I had no gray hair. Straight up. That's what this team be putting me through, man. Putting me through all of that. And that's where we are. But let's talk about Chicago Bears on Sunday. We're going out to Chicago because I got to get ready to wrap this up soon. I got to get ready. Yeah, that's facts. That's facts, no Mets. I'm not even, when I say that, that's not an exaggeration. That's real. None of this. This was still all black the last time the New York Giants were good. But, yeah, let's talk about the Bears on Sunday. Like I said, real quick, man. This game here, a little small storyline I created myself, maybe kind of. Nobody's really been talking about it in the media. You know, a little small storyline here. You know, the Jackson Dart, Caleb Williams thing. You know, you can call that a little bit of a storyline. Obviously, from going back to their college days, Caleb Jackson Dart obviously starting out in at USC out of high school, and he put together a pretty promising freshman season there, and then all of a sudden, coaching changed at USC, and the coach brought in Caleb Williams with him, man, and that pretty much ran Jackson Dart out of town at USC. He wanted to transfer up, go on to Ole Miss, and do the things he did there. So small little, and then Caleb Williams obviously went on to have a great career at USC and at the rest of his time at USC, and obviously played himself to be into the position of being the number one overall pick in the draft in 2024 draft. And then here we go, a season later, the New York Giants trade up into the first round and 25th overall pick and get Jackson Dart. And now here these guys are colliding, matching up with each other in Week 10. In Week 10 of the NFL season here, Jackson Dart as a rookie, obviously. Caleb Williams is a second-year player, playing really good football as of late here. Caleb Williams is really starting to look like that number one overall pick that he was. And Jackson Dart obviously playing sensational football. I think you're going to get a great matchup with two of the absolute best young quarterbacks in this league. Showing off, man. Caleb Williams got a lot more weapons at his disposal, unfortunately, though, and that's going to be the difference in this football game. I think just too many weapons for Caleb Williams. Rome Odunze, DJ Moore. Who the Giants got that's going to stop either one of those guys? I'm going to tell you who they got. They got nobody that's going to stop either one of them. So we'll prepare ourselves for that. And Caleb Williams has been playing tremendous football. I mean, Caleb Williams, I had him sitting on my bench last week in fantasy, and he lit it up to the tune of like 40-something points sitting on my damn bench in fantasy. I was disgusted, but at the same time, I'm never going to play him over Lamar Jackson. Sorry, it's just not going to happen. but yeah, I wish I did last week. I wish I had the instinct to do that last week, or I had at least the balls to do it. We are getting too old to look forward for the offseason. You ain't lying. You ain't lying, no Mets. Showcase game for Dart, possibly, but it's hard because what can he showcase when he has? I mean, he's going to go out there and do everything he can, but he doesn't believe in what he's playing with. He doesn't believe in the guys he's working with, man. These other guys working around him, they're terrible, man. I mean, it's just the weapons are terrible on this football team because there are no weapons. He is the only weapon. He's legitimately the only weapon. What's going on, Bookin? Appreciate you popping in, man. Yeah, he's the only weapon, man. There's nothing else, man. Nobody else that puts any fear in the defensive coordinator's heart on this team other than Jackson Dart. And that's unfortunate for the New York Giants right now. The Bears can't say the same thing. We got guys to prepare for on the Bears offense. I don't know if DeAndre Swift is playing this week. He apparently didn't play last week, and I don't know what his status, his injury is. I didn't look into it really to see what his stat, if he's going to be on the field again this week or not. But either way, that guy last week that played last week for him, I can't remember his name, but he lit it up. He lit the Bengals they were playing, lit their ass up. Or the Browns, or was it the Browns? I don't know who the hell they were. Whoever they were playing, he lit their ass up. Whoever that backup running back is for Chicago. So it's going to prepare to be a potential long day, man. Once again, if this defense comes out there the way they did on Sunday, it's going to be a long day. I see your point there with the mid against the mid team. Chicago, yeah, they're a mid up and coming team though. Caleb Williams continues to play at the level he's been playing at. They're going to be more than just a mid team. They may be finding themselves in the playoffs come January if he keeps playing at the level he's playing at. But he can. We just got to see it again. Yeah, I believe so, man. I think with Dart out there, we do got a chance against anybody. Like I said, because he plays at such a high level that he gives us a chance against anybody we go on to step on the field with. Dart always comes to play. He doesn't need to prove anything at this point. Just keep getting reps, film, and experience for the future. Yeah, and keeping him healthy. He's got to stay healthy. That's also the key. God forbid something happened to Jackson Dart and he goes down. And then we're just going to run Russell Wilson's ass back out there. Nobody wants to see that. Trust me, nobody wants to see that. So let's keep our fingers crossed on that, man. Giants equal where backups play and loom like superstars. Yeah, that's what it seemed like. Because that's what we got on our team. We got a lot of guys on our team that just would hell, not only be just backups to other rosters, they probably barely make a lot of other rosters. It's just that's what it's coming down to. We're starting Corey Black in the secondary. Corey Black. This dude didn't even make the team coming out of training camp. Went to the Jets. Didn't play a single snap on defense for the Jets for the whole time he was at the Jets. And then he comes back, and we bring him back here to the Giants, and this dude's a starting cornerback. It's bad. I mean, when you say he still needs to prove a lot, I think he's proven that he's a player, though, no Mets. I think that's where Bookends is coming at. I mean, he needs to prove things. Obviously, you need to always keep working, keep better, but I think that he's proven that he's a legit player. Like he's a guy. He's a guy in this league that has to be taken seriously. You can't. He's not just some run-of-the-mill rookie quarterback out there going through the motions. This guy has full command of the New York Giant offense, and it's a damn shame can't nobody else out there help this guy. It's a damn shame. I get it. I know you. I understand that from the technical standpoint, but I'm just meaning from what we've seen. From what we've seen, this guy he's a player. I mean, he's a player. I mean, look, Jaden Daniels is having a rough year. I mean, with the injuries and stuff like that, but you still know he's a player, and you knew that based off of last year, what you got from him last year as a rookie. You knew he was a player. Caleb Williams came into this season having something to prove. He's beginning to prove that. She's starting to show. That's what I mean. Jackson Dart, right from the gate, man, he came out electric, man, against the Chargers, and got that big win in his debut and his first career start. And just think about if we would have had him if we would have just started him from the gate in the first few games, how different this season might have been off to, man. Well, this season might have been completely different if we just started him from the beginning. If these coaches had the wherewithal to start him from the beginning. And I know I'm one of those guys that's saying, no, start Russ. I was one of those guys. I was. I can admit. One thing about me, I can admit when I'm wrong. And I can admit when I make mistakes. And I made a mistake big time on that. Jackson Dart should have been the absolute week one starter from the door. But you live and you learn from those mistakes. He's clearly asserted himself as a good starting quarterback in this league already. Yeah, I mean, I'm more on the bookend side of that argument. Like, he just needs to continue to prove that, and it just needs to get the experience, man. Of course, as always, every quarterback has room to always continue to improve. Nobody's above like not improvement, you know what I mean? But at the same time, he's going to be all right, man. I think we got a guy there, man. That's why you can't let him be the reason. You can't let that be the reason why you retain Brian Daboll. You got to let that guy go, man. But what that mean? All that being said, this offense, unless somebody surprises me on this offense, I just don't know if Jackson Dart's going to be able to get it done all by himself, man. Because that's pretty much what it seems like he's doing. It's like he's playing by himself at this point. There's nobody he can rely on. No one that he can say that he can just put that faith in and that trust in. Why do you, other than like Wandale to an extent, because at least Wandale will catch the football and shit like that most of the time. So like, if you've noticed the last couple of games, just the target share to Wandale Robinson is not it's because I feel like that might be about the only guy he feels has any faith in a little bit. And the bad part is you can't get him in good situations. So we haven't been able to found a way to get Wandale Robinson open in open space, and so he can do his thing, man. Do what he is capable of doing. I mean, I think he's done quite a bit considering all things, considering the team he's playing on, the amount of points we're putting up on the board with these guys. I mean, look, Daniel Jones played with all of these same guys last year and based pretty much and couldn't do shit with them. And he had Malik Neighbors all season long. And he couldn't do shit. Look what Jackson Dart is doing with these guys, minus Malik Neighbors, minus a good running game. It's night and day, man. I think this kid, he's got stuff to still prove, but I think we should all be able to agree that he's a good young quarterback, and I think he's going to be okay. That's where I'm at. Sometimes you just got to the eye test, and you just got to go with that and just know that there's something you see in this guy that is good stuff, man. I believe he is, but Dart will be on a team where the GM did not want to draft him or play him early. Remy John, man. Thank you for coming in, Remy. If you're new to the channel, man, please hit that subscribe for me. Hit that like, man, for the stream, man. Help keep my channel grow. I really appreciate it. Russ was getting paid too much. Still is. He absolutely is. He's getting paid way too much now to be just sitting on the damn bench running his damn mouth. But at the end of the day, for what it's worth, he ain't truly getting paid that much considering. Dart is still not there out of the woods yet. I mean, yeah, I hear you. I hear you. It's still only his rookie season. He still has to continue building. I understand that. I do agree. And maybe Theo Johnson. I mean, Theo Johnson, I don't feel like Jackson Dart does not have much more faith in Theo Johnson. I think he's dropped so many passes, man. I mean, I think with Theo Johnson, we're blinded a little bit by just the couple of times the couple of nice plays he has made, because he has made a couple of nice plays here and there. But overall, he hasn't been good overall. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. That's why you see the targets that go to Wan'Dale Robinson over the last couple weeks. It's been a lot. If you haven't been noticing, it's been a lot of targets to Wan'Dale Robinson. I mean, that's like his main guy that he can basically feel like if there's a play to be made, it's probably most likely going to get made by Wan'Dale Robinson if anybody's going to make a play. Yeah, playing that on Dable being so committed to tunnel vision. Yeah, I can agree. You're right, man. I believe in him. I just believe we need to see more, a lot more. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I get what you're saying too, bro. I trust me, I do. I understand where you're coming from. I just think when you see a guy, certain guys, you can see like you see certain things in certain guys, you know. Like, okay, an example, one of my examples I always like to use because I remember people were telling me I was crazy for this years and years ago. When Russell Wilson got drafted in that draft class, and Andrew Luck, he was in a great quarterback draft class. I mean, a good one, solid one. At least it looked solid anyway initially. Andrew Luck, RG3, Kirk Cousins was in that same draft class. And then Russell Wilson. And I said, I told people back then, I said, Russell Wilson is going to mess around and be potentially the best quarterback out there. Now, he wasn't, because I'd still say Andrew Luck was better, obviously. And other than unfortunately, had to prematurely retire. But Russell Wilson is definitely the second best quarterback out of that draft class. It's definitely the second best. And he was a third round draft pick? Everybody passing over him because he was short? I mean, teams are living to regret that now. And went to Seattle, a Super Bowl victory, another Super Bowl appearance. Like I said, just what he did in Seattle alone is going to put him in the Hall of Fame. Just what he did there. So, I mean, and sometimes, and the reason I was had that conviction in Russell Wilson then was because back then I used to follow college football a lot more than I do now. And I just watched this dude play, and I knew he had that intangible gene, that winning gene. Like some guys just have certain things that don't translate on paper or into the stat book, man. And you just know it when you see it. And now I know it when I see that in Jackson Dart. Said no one's saying Dart's a finished product. What I see tells me he has it. Yeah, that's where we're at with it. He's going to have to overcome his down defense and coaching staff. Yep. Absolutely. Wait until season 2, then we'll see if he's got it. If he's it. Okay, that's fair enough. Fair point too. Appreciate you, Remy. I really do, man. Thanks a lot. Stroud looked great his rookie season. He did, but he's still solid. It's not like he's bad. It's not like he's whack. It's just that he's not looking as explosive as he did his rookie season. I do get that. He has kind of come down to earth a little bit, but he's still good. He's still a good quarterback. It's not like he's a bad quarterback. Same with JD. Yeah, I mean, things happen. Once you get a whole year of film on a guy, it's going to be a little different. It's going to be a little different. Once these defensive coordinators get a whole year of film on a guy and have all that tape to evaluate, things look different, man. Things are going to be a little bit different. You got to have a little bit different expectation, but there's also other reasons and things around him. I feel like what Dart's working with is just it's all bad, and yet he's still throwing up 20-something points a game with this. with this group of offensive players around him. That just tells me something about a kid. The only way a GM would move on is if he thought he could draft someone next year that is much better. But I don't see that. Nah, I'm good. I want to continue with the Jackson Dart project right now, man. I'm ready to keep going forward with that. Let's let Dart finish his full season first. He has a long way to go. Facts. That's facts. Stroud had a squad, though. He did. But you got to remember, that squad he turned into a playoff team was picking number 2 and number 3 in the draft that year. So you got to remember where he took that team from where they were to what they have become now. And it's been a rough season this year, but a lot of that had to do with him. True, he lost his best receiver in the second year. Yeah, I mean, it just is what it is. Can't account for those kind of things. No one is saying he should sit. Still needs reps and experience. I'm just saying they have their guy. Yeah, Dart can't afford to have a down rookie season. He's not getting the 6-year DJ got. No, nobody should have. DJ shouldn't have got the 6 years that he got. That's once again showing you the incompetence of the New York Football Giants. So for the next 2 seasons, Dart was always going to be auditioning. That's possible. If there's an overhaul in the front office and coaching staff, I mean, he is going to have to kind of go out there and prove to another coach that he's worthy of being that guy. But I think he will, because Jackson Dart got it up here and he's got it right here, man. He absolutely does. But guys, I got to really get up out of here. I've really ran this a little bit longer than I actually intended to. I got to get ready for work, unfortunately, on this Friday afternoon. But I appreciate you all coming in here, man. I do got to pick the Chicago Bears on Sunday, unfortunately, because the New York Giants don't give me any faith to pick them to win a football game right now, especially if that defense continues to play like it did on Sunday. So I do got to get ready to get up out of here. And I appreciate you guys coming in here. No mess, no net, no Jets, bookends, Remy. Mets came in here earlier too, man. I appreciate you guys popping in, hollering at me, and spending a few minutes of your time listening to me talk my shit, man. Things got to get better eventually, because they cannot continue to get it can't keep getting any worse than what we're seeing right now. So, guys, just hang in there, man. Let's be faithful. Let's be loyalist, man, to this football team. And let's just, hopefully they can turn some things around and have a better second half of this season than what they've done the first half, and at least bring us back to some kind of respectability, man. But just coming in, Graham Gano will not be kicking on Sunday against the Bears. Young Hoku will be kicking against the Bears on Sunday. What do you know? That just came in just now on my phone. No Graham Gano on Sunday. Another guy that's at this point feel like he's stealing money from the New York Giants. However, something disturbing that did come out yesterday in the media that does disturb me is that we have overzealous fans literally sending death threats to Graham Gano. That's still way over the top, and that's way too extreme. This is all just a game at the end of the day. This is football. That's crazy, man. That to me is unacceptable behavior. No matter what the situation is, you can't send death threats to a guy, man, like just because he's not able to play, because he's not able to go. It's not on him. His body's breaking down. He's a vet, man. He's a vet. He's been in the league for a long time. His body's breaking down, man. He don't got it no more. And that's on the Giants for not recognizing that in the first place, not on Graham Gano. Don't blame him for getting paid. That's not his fault. Shit, I'm signing that contract too. If you're gonna give it to me, what the hell? It's not his fault. But yeah, just clean it up, New York Giant Nation, man. Don't become those kind of fans, man. But I do got to wrap it up, guys. Get up out of here. I'm sorry that I got to go. This has been a great conversation. I appreciate all you guys coming in and hanging out with me, man. And I'll be back next Friday, same time, 2 p.m. for another afternoon chat with you guys, man. It's your boy, MacDaGiantsFan. Make sure y'all go like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Y'all know I'm dropping new content, so y'all know when I'm dropping some new content, man. And I'll holler at y'all a little later, man. Maybe on Premium Takes later. I'm not sure how that's going to work out, or if not, you'll see me Once again, following the Chicago Bears New York Giants game Sunday with the True Blue aftermath immediately following the football game. It's your boy Mac the Giants fan, man. I'd like to thank you all for listening. If you was feeling this, please take time to subscribe and smack them likes. Feel free to drop a comment. Let me know what you think. Don't forget to ring that bell so you know when I'm dropping new content. It's your boy, Mac the Giants fan. You can find me on Twitter, YouTube, and Facebook at Mac the Giants fan. That's MACDA Giants fan.